4 brave astronauts head up into space and come back forever changed.
This car?
Our city, our planet, owe a debt to these intrepid souls. And while we can never repay them, we can certainly celebrate them.
Thank you, Fantastic Four. Thank you.
Thank you, Fantastic Four!
So there's this still inherent desire to want to be kind of the victim of the culture wars.
Yeah.
When I think there's actually a turning point, and we should celebrate that we've pushed to get back to this point.
All right, so Fantastic Four. Released last night. We thought it'd be an interesting thing to go see because Marvel movies typically right now they've sucked. They've been really just doing all the DEI, the woke stuff. They've been screwing up every classic movie possible, and we thought, all right, well, we're going to go and see what Fantastic Four is all about. It sucked all the way up until last night. Every one of them that they've made before has just been horrible, and so we'll see, and we do a Mug Club movie review. We'll get to it, but that's a very fitting stinger for this movie, particularly, right? So,
actually.
A lot of people. I don't know. Were you guys Fantastic Four fans, like comic book?
I wasn't really a big comic book guy. I didn't have them growing up. It wasn't introduced to me really, but
I played sports and stuff.
Yeah, I did.
I also played sports, but I didn't have a lot of comic books, but I had those comic book cards. We've talked about that.
I pretended to have friends, and I played sports.
I had all those things. I was able to do more than you guys.
But I am a big fan of the Marvel movies. Since Iron Man came out, I really do love the movies.
The movies I thought were very, very
and
good.
the whole
universe,
the whole story. Yeah, it's very interesting to me, and I wish I'd gotten into comic books as a kid.
Yeah,
because I love it.
They are cool.
So I was, but you're right though. They have recently.
They've
kind of been missing the mark on a lot of things.
Been kind of iffy. The movies definitely.
There's been a few good series. The Loki one was great. And
I just feel like Marvel completely misunderstood what made them successful in the first place.
Yeah.
Or they just knew and didn't care because they were more concerned with the initiative. I don't know.
I don't know.
They kowtowed
it's a combination of a few
company.
They did.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a combination of a few things.
When Disney buys you, it's all gay from there. So let's just start off really quickly with the trailer, and then we'll get into our reviews.
Wow, folks, we all know the story. 4 brave astronauts head up into space and come back forever changed.
This car?
Our city, our planet, owe a debt to these intrepid souls. And while we can never repay them, we can certainly celebrate them.
Thank you, Fantastic Four. Thank you.
Thank you, Fantastic Four!
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
Herbie, how's that sauce looking? Okay. That is fantastic.
You're late.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? You're late for dinner.
Yes, we are.
You late?
I just said that.
Are you pregnant?
What? You're gonna be the best mom in the world. And you are gonna be the best dad. Just kidding. You are out of your depth. We are gonna be the best uncles ever.
We can do this. Nothing's going to change.
Are you the protectors of this world?
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked for death.
It's my fault. I stretched the bounds of space. And they hurt.
Are we safe?
I don't know.
There's not enough time.
I'm not giving up. We will face this together. We will fight it together. As a family. It has to be us.
We will protect you.
All right, so not like the worst trailer, but it kind of gives you the idea that she's going to be kind of the lead person in the entire thing, and it's going to just be all about her. And then there's a female Silver Surfer. So let's talk, before we give our kind of opinions on everything here in just a minute. The Rotten Tomatoes score so far, pretty good. Audience score 92%, critic score 88%. Anytime the critic score is high, I typically look for a low audience score. Yeah. Because those two things don't always kind of go together. So that was really good, right? And you also had this really interesting thing happen over the last few weeks with Pedro Pascal. So not the Pedro Pascal fatigue that I think everybody's kind of feeling right now. I'm like, he's been in everything. I realized that he was the voice in the new Wild Robot movie. That's what it was. He was the voice, I think, of the fox or something in that. And I'm like, he's freaking everywhere. How does he have time for all of this stuff?
He's in the Ari Aster movie that's out right now, the Eddington.
Yes.
It's like 3 movies at one time will be in theaters with him in it.
I know. He's annoying a lot of people right now with that. Maybe it's success. We just don't like so much success.
I don't know.
I think it's we want different characters.
Yeah.
We're watching a movie. I don't want to think about the Mandalorian and the guy from The Last of Us and the Fox and
Narcos. Don't forget Narcos.
Narcos, yeah, I did forget about that.
He was good as hell in Narcos.
He was very good in Narcos. So.
Just I don't want all the things I'm watching at one time, all the characters
all
to be played by one guy.
All the time.
This is not an Eddie Murphy movie.
Vote for Pedro. Yes. So the press tours that he went on, and people started kind of picking something up. See if you can spot what he's doing here with co-star Vanessa Kirby.
To sort of demystify the process of motion capture, and because it's something I've never really done before. And he sent me this very long, generous.
Just take it in.
That is a terrible confession to make in front of Gordon.
It's because I just learned it. I'm busy.
I know, baby. But you
Answering
can't leave
questions
me
about
alone.
you.
You can't leave me alone that long.
I know.
That's a little too long, baby.
We need it.
Come on. Very codependent. Now listen, these are gorgeous. I think that's my favorite image so far.
Just our hands.
Yeah. As long
That
as
was
you
our
don't have
very
to
first
see,
day
as
as
long as
well.
you don't have to see my face.
That's how you rub a man you love.
That's really strange.
It's strange.
Yeah.
He slept with her.
He smashed.
I was gonna say,
Has the baby been born yet? No, I don't think so. I would look for it to speak Spanish and have curly hair. So we'll see if that turns out
mustache.
to be the case.
Yeah, maybe reevaluate the timeline of that.
Yeah, I would do some math and just make sure.
You were filming for 12 months. I don't get it.
Yeah. It's strange. You came back. Oh, it's part of the movie plot that you had to have a baby? Well, they just issued that in wardrobe? Okay.
Actors
fine.
do know what it's like to be a soldier.
Her husband got the $49.99 credit card statement from CVS.
Like, wait, what? But so look, I don't know where this came from originally, but the story that I heard was that it was a touching, no pun intended. It was very touching because it's like, oh, he has anxiety, and this is just a coping mechanism for anxiety. But where did that come from?
So it was after that Comic-Con appearance that a bunch of magazines and tabloids started talking about it. Like, Pascal has anxiety and he uses this as a coping mechanism. Well, the more I looked through what
he's coping a lot. Okay.
He's never actually said that.
Okay.
He addresses his anxiety a lot, but he says, I reach out to my family and friends. I have conversations. And they just kind of put 2 and 2 together and seems like they made that completely up, that he touched people. Because Vanessa Kirby commented on it. She's like, no, when we were holding hands, we were going to a big moment together. We were both nervous and we wanted to show solidarity with each other. So even that's what she said.
Well, I will say it is a lot of it, and there's a lot of different clips of him doing it to different women.
Yeah.
Hot women.
Yeah. The problem I would have is if I was that lady's husband, because she is married.
Yes.
Correct.
But she is totally consenting to that.
Yes.
Oh no, yeah.
Like these ladies are totally consenting to it.
Right. I mean, it seems like most of them are. But you bring up a really good point. Like if you're that if you're that lady's husband,
right,
you're not groping a lot of other men's husbands.
Right. The way she was like rubbing his neck. If that was my wife, I would kill myself.
Exactly. And well, it's he tried the same thing on Willem Dafoe's wife, and it didn't really work out that well.
Thank you, guys.
Over the shoulder now.
Here we go.
But did he just pretend to be gay? Like,
can we zoom in on that?
No, I didn't do anything.
Hold on, let's replay that again. Watch Willem Dafoe's face. I always want to say William. Sorry, Willem Dafoe's face. Right. First off, long nose. Okay, I never really knew that. Yeah. And then.
Hey, fuck off. Hey, fuck off.
Like, listen. I talked to you about the hands. Stop it.
Also, we weren't there. We're not Pedro. We haven't seen Willem Dafoe be angry and smile at the same time at us. Terrifying.
Yeah,
Yes, it is terrifying. And look, he did pay him a visit later that evening.
And now that you've touched my wife, Mandalorian, I'm gonna kill you nice and slow.
See what we mean? You don't want that entering your bedroom later that night.
Honestly, proper reaction.
It really is. If my wife was Kirby, and I'd be like, hey, yeah, like I know you were married to the guy like in the movie, right? So on set, like when they said action, everything after action, I get. You were doing an interview.
Really, Daniel Day-Lewis. That
still in character at that point? Is that what's
They weren't even doing a lot of loving in the movie.
No, they really did not.
Which I liked also. I'm like, they're married and
we know what
had a
happened.
Married relationship there, yeah.
So it's not a spoiler alert, but if it is potentially spoiler alert, they have a baby. That's part of the storyline. So I think most of you guys probably know that. But
it's in the trailer.
That's all you basically see is like pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Fantastic.
they have married people conversations. Mm-hmm. But it's not like it's not like there's intense love scenes.
No. They
like
did
in
a good
that,
job with
that Becoming a Star movie or whatever it was with Bradley Cooper.
A Star Is Born?
A Star Is Born, yeah. Like
the
that
remake
movie,
of a remake.
That's like a love story. Like they're falling in love. There's romantic moments. There's none of that in this movie. It's an action movie.
Yeah, and so
it's not even like they were having some kind of relationship on screen that we.
And he may be getting flack from that. He may, I don't know. I don't know where that goes with Pedro Pascal. But there's Pedro fatigue, and then there's also this weird kind of touching thing. And then there were some other things that people were curious about, especially from what the trailer showed us. And one of the first things that stood out to me was that Silver Surfer was a female.
Well, it wasn't just you. The community.
No, the community noticed it for sure. But
yeah.
I mean, just me without seeing the community talk about it. The first thing that I noticed, I was like, wait, Silver Surfer's a girl? And listen, it's not that I have ultimately like a big problem with that just on the surface, but this has happened multiple times throughout the Marvel kind of universe. And you're like, well, wait a minute, why are you're just moving a role around either between an ethnicity or between sexes, or now you've made this character gay for some reason?
Between what we've seen from other series, shows, and movies from Marvel and from Disney, you would assume that, this is some kind of woke character. It's probably some kind of trans or whatever.
If you look at the people we pulled in that collage, you have like Nerdrotic and Ryan Cannell and people that are pretty good on topics like this. So we're not throwing them under the bus.
No.
Their reaction made total sense at the time.
Right. No, it definitely makes sense, especially if all you have to go off is that and you have the DEI, the LGBTQ push of the past from Disney to
100%.
kind of make that case. You're like, okay, yeah, I can see where this is going. There we go. I feel like I can't say fantastic because it's kind of the title of the name of the movie, and I feel like an idiot. I just need better words. Anybody know like another word for fantastic?
Great.
Go, chat. Thanks. So the other thing was
superb,
wonderful,
phenomenal.
Unemployed.
Whoa.
Oh, I thought we were doing word association.
I guess Gerald quit.
Fired myself. All right.
Goodbye.
So Sue Storm kind of in this girl boss role. That's one of the things I mentioned about the trailer. And it made you think like, oh, okay, now they're going to like somehow make her the leader.
Make Reed Richards look like a dork.
Yeah,
like
incompetent or anything like that. And it's like, well, that goes completely against his character because his character is supposed to be a genius, right? So that's the whole deal. But they circulated saying that she was going to be like the new like girl boss of the MCU, which is kind of what people say about all these different characters. So writing for CosmicBook.com, Matt McGloin,
which sounds like a comic book character.
Matt McGloin.
Yeah. Sounds like a superhero is what Pedro Pascal does on the red carpet.
Exactly. Ooh, jeez. Hope he never does a movie with Sydney Sweeney. Fantastic Four looks to be all about Sue Storm with Pedro Pascal's Mr. Less Than Fantastic. Genius. As a big simp. Joseph Quinn's Human Torch has been emasculated and has absolutely zero personality. I think that's completely wrong. Eben Moss
before the movie.
Bachrach's Thing has also been neutered, which is evident by his cooking routine and high-pitched voice. Sue's voice is deeper. Surprise. Though, to be fair to all of these points, she did end up needing one of those maternity flight suits from the Biden administration.
Tailoring combat uniforms for women. Creating maternity flight suits.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Well, I guess, listen, if we can do a throwback to Biden's administration, we will. We're not going to go away from that. But then there was another thing, like there had to be a gay storyline. There had to be some kind of a lesbian LGBTQ thing going on.
Speculation.
There's going to be, right.
Yeah.
So there's
the Fantastic 4G or whatever.
That's my fanfic. I'd appreciate not bringing it up on the show.
Hey, I read it. Don't leave it out on your desk.
Fantastic 4G.
Or force him. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a different movie. My favorite part was The Thing.
Fantastic 4G, first sex.
Which one?
Nice. Nice. Do I need
do
to
this for a
play
living.
Sydney Sweeney?
I was hoping I would just say that and you would move on. I was hoping you would just keep going.
Yeah, here. But there was an image that claimed Ben Grimm, so The Thing, and Reed Richards would have some kind of a romantic past. Just super weird.
That was all over X too for a
totally
week.
Totally false. And so let me just say that the movie itself, I went into this with zero expectations.
Yeah.
I was not a huge fan of the Fantastic Four. Like when I looked at it was mostly all the Marvel stuff that they've done so far, minus like Doctor Strange. I didn't really care about who he was or anything, but Galactus was the coolest character, I thought, because if you collected the Marvel cards, which is what I did because I collected sports cards, so that's how I got into anything like this. On the power meters on Series 2, like from like 1990 or 91, like they have power meters. And I would just look for whoever had the most, like the best combination of all the different powers, speed, agility, stamina, power, all that stuff. And Galactus was like maxed on everything. I was like, whoa, that's got to be like the coolest hero. But he was never in anything. And I never saw him in any of these teams or anything. But then you had the Fantastic Four and Silver Surfer. They were really cool. And Fantastic Four, or the Surfer, was the one I was like, well, that's kind of one of the coolest characters with Wolverine. Those two. So that's the only expectation I had going into this. I even forgot that the Silver Surfer was kind of the herald of Galactus coming to destroy your planet for a minute. And I was like, oh, that's right. Like, so I didn't go in with any preconceived notions. I'd only seen the trailer once, and I was shocked at how much I actually liked the movie.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it to hit me in the face with some storyline that was irrelevant to include a gay character or a lesbian couple or some, I thought maybe we would see some, I don't know, like open borders kind of stuff because they were trying to bring the world together to build something. But overall, I was really surprised that I didn't see that. But before, I don't want to go like just on and on about my take. Like, Lane, what was your overall take for the movie?
So I think I had slightly higher expectations because of like the movie reviewers I watch. You kind of get who is the right wing and who's going to shit on everything, and you get who is the kind of Chris Stuckmans of the world that are going to celebrate everything. But then this guy Jeremy Johns does really good reviews, and I watched him. I'm like, oh, he seems very positive on this. He's the guy that reviewed Matt Walsh's movie, and the community got really mad at him for reviewing it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll
the Lady Ballers one or
no, the one before that.
Oh, okay.
When the racism one.
Am I Racist?
Am I Racist?
Oh, okay. That's right.
And so I was like, okay, he seems pretty high, and I'll go check it out. And so I had slightly higher expectations, and I really enjoyed it. But like you, the whole time I was waiting for, okay, when are they going to emasculate Reed Richards?
Yeah.
And when is Sue Storm going to be the boss that has to come in and solve everything? That never happens.
No.
And what I will say, what this movie did very well that a lot of like the Daily Wire production stuff doesn't do, I think there was a pretty conservative message throughout this movie. I think there was a very strong pro-life message.
Big time.
Very strong pro-life message.
Pro-family.
Pro-family for sure, yeah.
Very nuclear family and your extended family being part of that. It was great. But also the Americana and the pro-American stuff wasn't in your face, but the space shuttle, it's in a United States space shuttle.
Yeah.
When they're flying away, they're waving American flags.
This doesn't take place in any other country.
It doesn't take place
at all.
It's set.
It's space.
Sort of pretty much in New York. It's an American story where
right.
Superman's supposed to be, but they want to reach. This just went back to the roots of what made Fantastic Four, I assume, popular in its heyday, the family dynamic, the Americana. And it was really refreshing to see that.
Yeah. Josh, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree mostly. I think it's a movie for everybody. I think they had something for everybody. Like, both sides of the aisle could watch this movie and not be. Some people find
but it's just
in something, but
it's just a movie.
Yes,
it's just a movie, and that's what it's supposed to be. It's
Correct.
supposed to be just a movie. It's supposed to connect with all of us in some way, and it did. And I do think that it is cool to have female characters in roles of in lead roles and being powerful and stuff. And Sue was. She was powerful, and she was great. There's a speech that she makes. Where I was like, because I don't want to ruin the plot or anything, but they have to. I think it's in one of the trailers. They have to give up their baby to this Galactus, and she doesn't want to do it. And everyone's saying they should do it. Like, one life, if it saves one life, basically, what the protesters are yelling. If it saves one life, and then she makes a speech to these people, and I'm not going to say it because it would ruin it, but it was great. I was
it was good.
Sacrificing the few for the many.
Yeah. It was like, I will not give up the world. I will not give up my baby for this world. And I'll not give up this world for my baby. And I was like, oh. And everyone cheered. And I was like, oh, okay, they're going to they might win this thing. And I thought that was cool. And she was powerful,
But she was powerful.
But they were all worked together, and she wasn't like the lead.
No,
she wasn't. It wasn't like only a woman could do this. It was like, okay. And then there's a part where one of the men tries to be a martyr, and I was like, oh, okay, this is really cool. And the Silver Surfer thing, we're all trained to think that it's going to be some kind of woke agenda that's going to be thrown at us.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I liked that aspect of it. I thought it was a really cool twist on it. How she becomes a Silver Surfer is nice.
It gave you a little bit of the backstory.
Yeah, she's a mother. Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, that's something that people can connect with.
A lot of the
family stuff.
Yeah.
And then the little sexual tension.
That's what I was going to say.
Between her and the Torch or Flame, Johnny, whatever his name is. I thought that was
not the
fun.
Captain
That was a
America
great
one.
I thought it was
addition,
fun.
From her being a female, a lot of his desire to problem solve came from like a sexual tension that they have with each other. And it makes him, if you put a woman in or a black person, no one cares as long as it serves the storyline. This completely served the storyline.
Right. It didn't seem like I didn't see anything that was completely unnecessary. I've seen a few people critique and say that Reed was, like an idiot. He was a genius, then he was an idiot, then he was a genius, kind of figuring stuff out. And I'm like, I didn't really see that.
I mean Ben Grimm addressed that at one point.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you're an idiot.
He's like,
and he goes, yeah, you're a genius, but can you cook?
Yeah. Exactly. Well, and he was a new father, and so there was other considerations. So look, I think overall we all liked the movie. I was surprised. I walked out of the movie going, I hated the audience that I was sitting in because I had, teenagers in there making fart noises.
It's hilarious.
All of you idiots.
Spoiler, it wasn't teenagers making fart noises. It was just some guy.
The one thing I want to touch on super quick is how many people jumped on my comment. I'm like, that's a good movie. They're like, you're gay. I know. And I'm like, have you seen it?
No.
Well, no, I haven't seen it.
Of course not.
So there's this still inherent desire to want to be kind of the victim of the culture wars.
Yeah.
When I think there's actually a turning point, and we should celebrate that we've pushed to get back to this point.
Yes, and so that's one of my problems with Tim Pool's review of this movie. And look, Tim and I agree on a lot of different stuff. Like, I'm not angry at Tim or anything, but when it comes to movies, you can disagree with somebody and say they're an idiot and mean it specifically for their opinion on a movie because it's an opinion.
What's
I get
his
it.
take?
I thought his take was just that it was just terrible. Like, he gave it a 3 out of 10, and I was just like, listen, if we want movies to go, all I want to do right now is move the line from getting DEI'd and storylines kind of contrived and kind of recycled, but with just replacement characters that are going in different directions, either racially or with gender or with sexuality. If we can just get movies that don't do that, and then maybe just not anti-American, it doesn't have to be super over the top pro-American right now. We're so anti-American in some of these things. I just want to move away from that. So every time we get a movie like that, I'm like, oh, good, that's a step in the right direction. There may be some imperfections, but listen, this is not the Marvel slop that a lot of people are like, it's just more Marvel slop. You haven't seen the movie, most likely. That's fine. Even if you see it and you think that, that's also fine. But I just disagree vehemently. This actually had a good storyline to it. It was a good relaunch of a brand that was very popular that they completely screwed up before with the original
It's also a completely
people.
different story than the rest of the Marvel stuff. It's in a different universe. It's on a different Earth. The time is different. It's like a modern yet retro time.
Which is really, that's the thing that's really weird to me.
Things around, like you
can do space travel, but you can't have flat screens.
Well, someone said it's like,
that was fine. Why they have tubular televisions in the middle of a building?
Well, it's sort of set in what people in the 1950s would have imagined today looks like.
Well, and that's what made it and so the fact that they made it in that time.
Yeah.
At first, I was wondering about that, and then I was like, you know what, this works really, really well. Like, that was very good. They summed up some of the history really well. You got to hear a little bit more about Galactus. All of that stuff was pretty cool, and Pedro Pascal, for all of his faults and being and everything, actually did a pretty good job acting. My only critique is that it didn't need him.
It could have been somebody.
It could have been somebody else very easily, and it would have been fine as long as it was a decent actor and you're good to go.
Yeah, there's some roles that you're like, like Iron Man needed.
It needed Robert.
It needed Robert Downey Jr.
It really did.
The thing this movie did, and Josh and I were talking about it, is especially when Reed and Sue would have a conversation about their child or the impending doom of the planet. They sat on emotional moments and let it breathe.
And it felt like a real argument between a husband and wife.
Mm-hmm.
They did not,
and it wasn't really an argument. They were both on the same page in a way, but they were just expressing their emotion. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
But there was not the stupid Marvel humor that they felt the need to incessantly insert,
to break up moments like that.
So dumb, but they let emotion linger, and it's like, oh, this is what draws people to characters.
Yeah,
and I
absolutely.
enjoyed that.
And they also listen. For all of you guys out there who are worried that maybe she's going to be the girl boss. Let me just she was essentially submitting to his decisions.
Yes.
Now, she was trying to shape those decisions. She was expressing concern and maybe fear. She showed strength and fragility very well.
There's definitely an arc.
And
There's an arc to their relationship.
That was good. I was just like, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be right there. That's a woman. She can be very strong, but also has some moments where emotion and kind of this protection, but then going like, Reed, what are we going to do? Like that was very interesting to me in a husband-wife relationship. I was like, good. Nobody should be offended by that. It doesn't make her look weak at all. It doesn't make him look like he's not in.
And she kind of criticized him for the way, for the way he thinks.
Yeah.
At one point in the movie, and then later in the movie, because of the way he thinks, she's like,
he makes a hard decision.
We need the way you think right now.
Right. He makes a very hard decision that she disagrees with, but guess what? He still makes that decision. So anyway, I think I would recommend everybody go see this movie. I think you're going to like it. We do have to vote. That's right. That's right. Oh. So is it mugs up or do we do
mugs
thumbs up?
Or mugs down?
It's definitely a mugs up for me. Probably two mugs up. It's not Top Gun Maverick, but it's two mugs up.
Mugs up, Lane.
Same for me. Same for me.
2 mugs up if I had another one.
If you had another mug.
Mugs up.
There we go.
Right.
This one's got like mashed potatoes on the bottom.
There we go.
And I really don't think this is just a case of, man, we've been waiting so long for just average again.
Yeah.
I think in any time this is a pretty good.
It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It ticks a lot of boxes.
It got me. It's like what an old Marvel movie used to do, where at the end of the movie, I see the movie and then I see the little teaser, and I get excited for the next part.
Yeah, I'm not even kidding.
That happened. I was like, oh, I'm excited to see them return.
An autistic guy in my theater screamed when that happened.
a black, not autistic guy screamed in the theater, "Oh my gosh, it's effing!" and said the name. It's effing, and I'm like, "There's kids in here, bro!" And effing, and he said it 4 times.
No, my
was
guy was
so
autistic,
excited.
for sure.
He was so excited. I mean, look, I loved that. That was one of the coolest features of the Marvel Universe as they were kind of building anticipation for these movies to kind of come together with different people coming in the next one. And so I think they're going to nail that with this. We'll see.
If I had to criticize one thing,
we had such a positive vibe.
One criticism is there's a bit of predictability in it.
There was.
Oh yeah.
There was a bit of predictability in it, and I hope they tighten that up.
The way they solved the problem at the end too is very it's very convenient.
It is convenient. Yeah. They could have done. They could.
It's kind of predictable.
It just needed a little bit more work. Not a lot, actually. Just a little bit, and you'd have been like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." Now I was like, "Well, why would he do that?"
Yeah.
And you'll understand it. Make sure you stay through the previews.
It's not perfect.
Or through the
No
credits.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, you can click around and watch one of these videos on YouTube, or head on over to Rumble and subscribe, where I am live every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Live on Rumble. YouTube is dead. Rumble did it. And on Rumble, you can say